And we're still trying to wrap our heads, to be honest with you, around that unfortunate tragedy of Dallas Cowboys defensive end Marshawn Kneeland, who died early this morning. Police believe it was a self-inflicted gunshot wound, not long after he was actually involved in a police pursuit. There's still a lot we don't know. We want to be clear about that, but we also wanted to take a moment to get perspective from a mentor right here in our community in South Bend, who's also a former athlete himself. Notre Dame women's basketball assistant coach Carlos Knox joins me now here on the couch. Coach, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I want to ask you just your initial reaction to this news coming in from this morning. Can you just start there? What was your initial reaction when you heard about that?
Just being a mentor, for the majority of my life, it's just been so heartbreaking for not only the fans, not only everyone that's listening and viewing this situation. I just had to think, what could this young man possibly be going through at this time of his life that would make him, choose that decision? And it's been heart-wrenching for me.
Just 24 years old.
Just 24.
Talk about why. So young. We don't know the why right now. We may never know the why. But what you do every day, when you're talking about coaching and mentorship, I can imagine this is painful for you too.
Absolutely. A lot of times I think it's about, just some of the pressures of life, some of the things that happens. You come into money real quick as a youngster. You don't have the absolute financial understanding of what it takes to be an athlete on that level. And then obviously, the pressure of the game. He's not a guy that had a lot of experience in the NFL yet, so he was just getting his feet wet a little bit. So now you look at some of the things and the decisions that needed to be made on the spot that he, may have not been equipped for.
Gotcha. Let's talk a little bit about you, if we can. Assistant coach title. Congratulations to you, by the way, Coach.
Thank you.
You are heavily involved one-on-one with your players, Notre Dame women's basketball team, and coaches as well. What do you say to your players when they're encountering adverse moments, both on the court and off the court?
I try to make sure that I'm grounded. From an athletic standpoint, I played the game for a long time, and I want to make sure that I'm feeding them the information that's necessary from an athlete's perspective. And I was one of those players that, I really got into my spiritual being when it was time to do something, compete at a high level. I wanted to make sure that I was, in that space. So I try to get my young ladies in the space of understanding what's at hand and not putting too much pressure on yourself.
That's very, very important. You're doing something really special. You've got a podcast right now that is out, and it is devoted to another passion of yours, along with coaching and mentorship. It's called A Starstruck, and you can see it right here on the shirt as well, A Starstruck Podcast. Talk about this podcast. This is something nobody else is doing around here.
Absolutely. Well, A Starstruck Podcast, a lot of people ask me about the title. The title is A Starstruck, and it talks about a star being struck by adversity. And it's something that you have to be prepared for once you watch it, because a lot of our athletes, a lot of our guests, they talk about what it takes to overcome something, how to be resilient in situations. And, just so happened we're definitely getting to the area of mental health, because that's very huge in our game. And especially with my podcast, I want to bring on people that are interested in showing and teaching people how to get over things.
Talk us about some of those names. I saw Hannah there as well. Who else have you had on the show on your podcast?
We've had Hannah Doggo. We had Jalen Harrison.
Yeah,
yes, we've had Penny Hardaway.
Penny Hardaway,
yes,
huh? Wow,
yes.
Penny on the show.
Absolutely.
Penny on the podcast, but that says a lot. It sounds like, and correct me if I'm wrong, you're getting a lot of support from current and former players about the importance of this mission of this podcast, right?
Absolutely, yes. College players, overseas players, NBA, WNBA, and actually I have a background in both. So I talked to several people that are just so excited about not only supporting it, but coming on. And, we can look forward to some great guests.
And what's some parents watching right now? And I know you're not a mental health clinician technically by trade, but you work directly with players, and you yourself as a player. If there's a parent watching right now, how do they talk to their student athletes? How can they reach them right now? Because they may not realize that it's going to be a bright light when you get to that stage that you're aspiring to be at. How do you prepare your kids right now? What do you say to those parents?
I just say, when you're talking to your young men or young women, you want to make sure that you're keeping the main thing the main thing. And that's going to school, being a student athlete or being a regular student. And you try to get on their level to what, it's not about how I grew up. it's all about what's going on in today's age. So you need to make sure that you're speaking to them from that angle and understanding the importance of being educated on what's going on around you. That's very important.
That is important. The Starstruck podcast, by the way, A Starstruck. How can people find that really quickly? I think it's on everywhere you get your podcast, right?
Absolutely, okay. Yes. So obviously I'm on all social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but more importantly, we're on YouTube. You can find our full episodes on YouTube and Spotify.
Okay, sounds good. Coach, thank you for doing this. We appreciate all you do in this community, too.
I appreciate you guys having me.
Google Workspace with Gemini offers AI that's tailored to your work, so you can safely reference your documents and emails to create personalized content, generate ideas, and find insights across Gmail, Drive, and more. That's Google Workspace with Gemini.
Everyone have a good Halloween? Great! Moving on! Thanksgiving is up next, so no time like the present to start all that holiday hoopla and hullabaloo. What can I say? Americans love